Hello, once again, Kenny Jacobs from Bloomington, Illinois. I'm a PGA teaching professional, and my videos talk both about the great game of golf, as well as being a Christian and living in the last days. I'm going to get right into this today because could be a lot of information. So I can get right into the prophecy side of things. This is about Agenda 21 and depopulation of the earth. And right off the bat, I'm going to say that, most people don't believe in this. They don't believe that it could happen in America. They just don't want to believe it. And I'm going to give you some facts about it. But first I want to say that, in World War II, there were a lot of American Japanese people living here that were rounded up and put into internment camps during World War II because they were Japanese. It happened here already once. It can happen here again. Not only can it happen, it's going to happen. But Agenda 21 is an action plan of the United Nations, and that is one evil organization, the UN. I mean, the whole purpose of the United Nations ultimately is to help usher in a one world government. And the Agenda 21 plan is based on a 300-page document that came out of a UN conference on the environment and development in Brazil in 1992. And what it does is it addresses a couple of main things: the changing consumption patterns of humans and achieving a more sustainable population, which goes right into the New World Order plan of depopulation. The Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, Club of Rome, United Nations, the Bilderberg Group, all these organizations that are really controlling the world governments are behind it. David Rockefeller's got several famous quotes. Henry Kissinger has several famous quotes about depopulation. I'm going to link some articles at the bottom of this video that you can check out that will show you some of this information and some of these quotes. The Georgia Guidestones down in Georgia, it's a monument, a big stone monument, says on it, first thing on it, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. 500 million. There are over 7 billion people on the planet right now. And these elite New World Order groups want to eliminate the population and drop it all the way down to 500 million. They want to kill 6.5 billion people. Now, I know that, again, just sounds absolutely unbelievable. But if you read your Bible and you look at the book of Revelation, you're going to see that that's about exactly what's going to happen. Now, it's not going to happen because of what man's doing as far as Agenda 21 ultimately. It's going to be because of judgments from God and wars that are going to break out. But there is a definite plan right now in place. And Agenda 21 has local, national, and global implications. In the United States, there are actually over 528 cities that are members of the ICLEI, and that is an organization that helps implement Agenda 21 concepts both locally and across the globe. There has been opposition to this plan in America. The Republican National Committee has adopted a resolution opposing Agenda 21 because they say it's erosive of America's sovereignty. And that's exactly what it is. It also is going to take away your personal rights to own property and determine what you eat and what kind of job you have. They want to control population. They want to control all the resources and all the land. Thankfully, in America, there will be and is a lot of opposition to that. And that's another reason why I believe in a pre-tribulation rapture of the church, because a lot of this one world government is going to be too hard to implement with as many Christians as there are in America that are opposing it already. But if the church is removed, this will be a lot easier. This type of thing will be a lot easier to implement. But the ultimate goal, believe it or not, again, is to eliminate the world population all the way down to 500 million from over 7 billion. But that's exactly what Jesus said would happen. And he said, in those days there'd be great tribulation, such as never was before or ever will be again. And unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved alive. Those days are coming, and I'll tell you what's going to make it easier, ultimately, for it to happen. Just the fact that most people have their heads stuck in the sand, don't want to believe it, won't believe it. So it's easier to implement when no one's looking for it, no one thinks it's going to happen. A lot of people aren't going to believe until they're actually loaded into the FEMA boxcars that have shackles in them. They're already here. They already have them waiting. YouTube, go to YouTube out and look at it. FEMA boxcars. Someday, a lot of people are going to get loaded onto those boxcars and hauled off to a FEMA camp. And maybe then they'll believe it, but then it's too late. And what's amazing is the New World Order elite know that people don't buy into it and don't believe it. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. That's what's incredible. I mean, it's going to happen. There's no stopping it. They know there's no stopping it. So they don't even try to hide it anymore. But most people don't want to hear it, don't want to think about it, and just want to ignore it, hoping it won't happen or it'll go away. And that is absolutely not how this whole thing's going to turn out. I'm going to tie this into some future videos about an upcoming war or two that I see happening soon. And these wars will depopulate the population quite a bit. Right away, a war will kill about 2 billion people in this world. And there's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be some pestilence breakouts, some sort of pandemic virus that's going to kill a lot of people. The New World Order elite are actually working on some of those viruses, trying to produce them. And I know it sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, but I'm going to link articles to this video for you to check out. Agenda 21 is a real goal of the United Nations, and the United States government is involved in that, as well as all the other major governments around the country, around the world. Look into this stuff. Look at what the New World Order elite are planning. They're going to start implementing it very, very soon. Time is short. All the signs are here. Jesus is coming back soon. We need to be ready.